It's been 1 week since I've changed my clothes. I'm starting to smell rather funky. Anyways, week 5 versus Miklas. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. You're never gonna guess who got 30% in turn 2 yet again. Hi! It's okay. No salt, no salt. This game was weird in the fact of the amount of crits, secondary effects that were flying around, more so on his side than mine, but we won't talk about it. But what I can say, I think that was a very fun game, and even though I had to play on the back foot the entire time, I think I played very well. At least to save my differential, because if I ate a 6-0 there, ugh. Also, fuck Porygon 2. Let me open that. I know that thing did the exact same thing it does to me every time I see it. Secondary effect. I think Porygon 2 is just hard-coded to have Serene Grace. You can't convince me otherwise, because every time I play any kind of match with it, it goes, it'd be really funny if I get a 10% freeze on you that costs you the game. Or, in this case, what if I land a 30% discharge onto your Autotomizer Weakness Policy Celesteela? Because that's the only set that a discharge paralyze would really mess up a Celesteela on. But anyways, Miklas, cool guy. I lost this game before it even happened. I'm glad I walked away with a 3-0 because I don't know if my opponent knew this or not. Scarf Iron Bundle beat my entire team without looking. He didn't have to think. Just, I'm going to press Hydro. He won. But he wasn't. He was Boots. He was Boots because I always force Boots, which is what I love about my team. It made him run Boots. Even though he could have led Iron Bundle and clicked Hydro Pump until every single one of my Pokemon was dead. And Arcanine Hisui. Everything else, non-issue to me in terms of eating the hits. Hisui and Arcanine is what Darmanitan should have been. This mod is stupid. Resisted hits into Finny, nothing. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's a Tapu Fini? Flare Blitz. It's still dead. What's it called? Head Smash? Dead. Extreme Speed? Lived. Close Combat? Lived. But no, my team just died to those two. Click Hydro Pump on Iron Bundle until it dies, and then just clean up with Flare Blitz. That's what happened to my team. Don't get me wrong. The crits and shit that flew around this game were very frustrating, but I just don't think... It wasn't that I was never going to win, because I think I could have really steered it back. Just a rough opening like that was so detrimental to any momentum I could have had. I made a good read, and I got the 30% para. I mean, it's part of the game. At least it's not as bad as Hurricane Confusion into hitting myself. It still doesn't feel great, though. I was not happy with it. It did make me very mad. It made me want to stop playing. Just outright. 2 weeks in a row is it does feel a little annoying. Especially when I come from a game like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Where luck is involved, but it's with optimization and everything to how many card ratios and shit. Luck is not as much of an issue. You can still brick, but bricking feels different than in Pokemon when you get 30%ed right. Because when you brick on your opening hand, it's oh, okay, how do I play out of this? Or you scoop and you go to the next game and you don't draw a brick. In this case, it's not a best of 3. It's a best of 1, and that can happen. It does feel kind of sacky, but I think just outright, I'm very happy with how my team played here. And I'm very happy with how Miklas played, because I at least can see my improvement in knowing what Pokemon my opponent's going to bring. I immediately ruled out Landorus, Florges, Tyrantrum, and Suicune just off of my team. Still prepped for them, still respected them, but at the same time, you'd have to be a crazy man to bring Landorus I into a Celesteela, which eats everything. You can Hidden Power Fire it, but that's... Because I was also hoping that would be to trigger it. Rotom-Mow has also been a reoccurring issue. I don't know what it is this season, and me having to fight, like, the worst matchups, or, like, weirdly specific Pokemon that are super good into me, like Roaring Moon, back-to-back. Rotom-Mow, back-to-back. I just keep running into the Pokemon that just say, fuck you. But now I've gotten the other Urshifu out of the way, the other Slowking. I've gotten the no more Rotom-Mows for me to face. The other Landorus Incarnate I'm not set to face, and I have the other Gengar. So, like, I'm checking off boxes of, like, eventually I'm going to get to a team that doesn't have one of those weird Pokemon that just kills me. But yeah, let's look at the team here. So, Scarf Urshifu, double Scarf, Urshifu genuinely this Pokemon is so good. I need to stop thinking that it's a good idea not to bring it. I was going to bring Gengar here, and I think if I would have brought Gengar, I would have got 6-0'd. Umbreon making its appearance here. It actually took a maximum of 53% from Specs, Modest, Max Attack, Iron Bundle, Hydro Pump, and I felt comfortable enough to use this to deal with it. After leftover recoveries, I was fine. Hydro Pump misses. I could realistically 1v1 the Iron Bundle if it came down to that situation, but it also just gave me a Pokemon to kind of do stuff with. But they're just nice overall. My 6th slot was so debated for this entire matchup, just because I didn't know what to bring here. Because, like, as I was saying, like, it was a really rough matchup on my end, just to cover everything. And then, like, whatever Pokemon I brought. Like, this team isn't necessarily set up threatening, but it still just got the insane power of Arcanine and Iron Bundle behind it. Miklas is going to go far off of this team, just like what I'm looking at. Like, his dragon type is Tyrantrum, but, like, he doesn't need it. You don't need a dragon type when you just kill everything. This Pokemon also, fuck this Pokemon. Fuck Pressure. Pressure's so dumb. I fucking hate Pressure. I would have had a better differential if this stupid fucking thing didn't have Pressure. Anyways, I just hate Corviknight so much. It's so annoying. It's a good Pokemon, but it's annoying. Victini, I beat the allegations. Byron can click V-Create. It is not impossible for me to be like, yeah, let me bring special attacking Victini again. No, V-Create did just numbers to this man. Dead, killed no matter what, always dead, lives, maybe, like, just V-Create into his team was crazy. You could tell from the late game when it got down to Victini or Shifu, the way he was playing was solely to avoid getting V-Created, like, just hoping. Yeah, but it was fun to click V-Create. Oh my god, it was so fun to click V-Create. Altaria, I think this is the worst set I could have brought with Corviknight existing. I probably should have brought, like, Heal Bell, Roost, Flamethrower, Hyper Voice into this team. I don't know why I didn't. I just thought Dragon Dance would be fun. I figured, like, maybe if I throw enough physically offensive Pokemon at it, it'll break it. That was just bad on my end. I can't justify it. It just wasn't doing great here. But I tried, like, playing a little bit differently, switching it up, seeing what I could do, what I could get away with, and it was just a bad call. I realistically should have done something different with it instead of trying to go for the sweep. My team isn't very good at sweeping. Or it could be. Or when I try it, shit happens. Finny, very standard Finny. This was my best answer to Arcanine on, like, the entire team, other than outspeeding it and killing it. And then Celesteela. My favorite set this week. At +2, always outsped, Iron Bundle, killed it with Giga Drain. It was such a fun set that had so much potential to, like, wreak havoc, and this game would have been closer or I would have won. Not sure which, because if thing A didn't happen, then thing B would have happened. It's one of those things. It's like, oh, this thing didn't happen. I don't like getting into speculatives. But I think that game would have went better for me if it were not just for this opening set of turns. So let's get into it. You've been hearing me whine about it enough. So we open it up. Another lead Victini into the Urshifu. I click Dazzling Gleam, just because there's not a world where I let any of his Pokemon just come in for free like that. So then I hard switch into Celesteela. Discharge. I was fucking popping off because I knew the discharge was coming. I knew it. I was like, I know it. I'm gonna get discharged. Switch in Celesteela, click Autotomize, and just go for fucking game. Immediately paralyzed. And that moment, I was just like done, because that was like if that were any other Celesteela set, it would not have mattered at all. That like, oh no, I'm paralyzed. That at least prevents me from being burned. Like, yeah, paralyzing, getting parried over and over, but I feel like it is more annoying for that to happen on turn 2, like the last thing happened. Like, it was just the timing of it. It was annoying. It was quite frankly annoying. So yeah, I heavy slam, right? It teleports out. He goes to Arcanine, and then I just am... When Arcanine comes out, I'm just forced to sack a Pokemon, and Celesteela wasn't one I was willing to... Yeah, see what I fucking mean? Head Smash is stupid. Stupid! Anyways, recover a little bit. Go out to Celesteela, just accept that things have to die here. Yeah, 55 to Celesteela. I go Urshifu, threatens. It's a very slow game. I will say close combat here. To chip this, it's a boring next couple turns, right? Like, I go Altaria, he roosts. I go Tapu Fini just to let it die. He goes Slowking. I click Knockoff. That crit. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. But it felt good. It felt good to open it up with a crit into that. For it to do that much, too, on a min-tac Fini. That means, like, this fucking Slowking was frail. But it's okay. It's okay. Knock off the leftovers. Confused as to why no black sludge in a non-Terra format. Just curious as to why. I don't think there's like a tech for it. I'm not even gonna like justify that, Miklas. Like, come on, man. You should have been black sludge. Come on. It's okay. It's okay though. Yeah, and then just sack Tapu Fini, bring in this. Because that was the thing in this game. It was just like, these were our queens in chess, and everything else was supporting. And it was really just trying to get to a situation, like, no matter what, there was always going to be a speed tie here. And that's what the game came down to. I kind of did fuck up by not bringing max speed Victini, because I should have expected Scarf, Urshifu more than I should have, but I just would rather have the attacking power. Wicked Blow into this to save my close combat PP. Does enough, but not enough to make it matter. I get crit body pressed here. It's either, yeah, it's this one. Yeah, the crit, it just put me on the back foot more than I had to be and made me risk plays that I didn't want to have to risk. I wished here, and then I protected, and then it's like, I am very proud of how I trained, right? I can't remember the, like, kiting. I was instilling a habit here by, like, leaving Umbreon in to, he was expecting us, not here, but it was, like, one of the next ones. Because there's a situation where he comes in, he has, Urshifu on Umbreon, and I'll talk about it later. Going out to Umbreon here, just to, like, reliably, this is where I started shitting bricks and go 6-0. Foul play huge, though. Foul play so huge here. Hydro Pump miss into foul play, breaking the sub. This is why I'm like, it was nice. It was nice, because if that Hydro Pump wouldn't have missed, it would have been, like, a little bit rougher for me, but I always lived one. He flip turns here. Goes out into this stupid fucking duck, stupid fucking Porygon, stupid ugly beast who I hate. Protect here just to see what he's going to do, recover, fine by me, and then I throw off a Toxic, because this thing needs to die, and this is the only way I know how to kill it. He goes Urshifu. I stay in Protect, because I know he thinks I'm going to switch. So he's always clicking Wicked Blow to hit, like, Altaria, Victini on the switch. I stay in Wicked Blow. So now this will come up later because I will know next time that he will click Close Combat in on my Umbreon. Just conditioned it. It was a good play on my end. I'm very proud of this play. So yeah, he switches out. I don't know why he switched out there. Probably because he was locked into Wicked Blow because he was Scarf. I knew he was Scarf even before the match started, you know. Teleports again, goes out to Urshifu. He tries to get some, like, momentum up, and then boom, I go Altaria to just predict the close combat, which, so proud of myself for doing that because I knew it was going to happen. It was, I popped off a little bit. I was still in a losing position, though. And then, like, this Sludge Bomb here, The poison, man. The fucking 30%. It ultimately didn't matter. It just felt like salt in the wound, and it made the game harder than it had to be, because I was trying to go for a game regardless here, because I just had to. I didn't have any other option to really play around it. So yeah, I roost here. I'm just trying to PP stall, to be quite frank. Because if I get crit, my bad. And then like that was a roll too. It was a little frustrating. He goes Corviknight. He switches out. I think I Zen Headbutted here. No, I U-turn. There's another turn where I Zen Headbutt this fucking thing. I go Urshifu. He's immediately threatened. I click Close Combat here. Yeah, predicting the switch. I think I do have that over my opponent in this case, as I am making better reads. He just has the better team into me, which I know is like so cope, but I think I was making very good plays here with what I was given. I think I did okay. I could have played differently. Mainly the Altaria. That was probably the worst thing I did here, but I know it's like 6v3 here, but I knew that there is a universe where I win. One of the things that needed to happen, either Corviknight or Arcanine needed to die, and then it was a win for me. Up to a speed tie, of course, but like, you know, close, better than 3-0, right? So I go out to Umbreon here. He reveals Brave Bird in a second. Body presses. So grateful for no crit again, because that puts me in a really bad spot. Reveals Brave Bird, which fine by me. You know, just more chip. I think he clicks Body Press here while I protect. He body presses, yeah. This is like a boring exchange between two bulky Pokemon that can't damage each other, but it was fine. Wish, you know. Wish, we all know how this goes. And then predicting the Brave Bird rather than the Body Press, I guess. Or either or. I knew I was safe either way. Porygon 2. Alright, it's time to click V-Create. This felt really good. This felt really good because I knew this Porygon never outsped and gets V-Created again. And he doesn't switch out to try and preserve it. So now Victini has to go out and Umbreon has to die. That's just the choice that I've made for Umbreon here. Head Smash miss. Huge. W. Keck. Protect. Just, you know, just trying to stall out some leftovers recovery, even though I know this kills. This was Banded Arcanine too, so it just didn't matter. Urshifu here, he switches out. I go Corviknight, which is where I really start pushing for game. I took out Corviknight. I get Extreme Speeded, which is fine. He switches out. Zen Headbutt made me feel cool as fuck. Wicked Blow, Wicked Blow, Wicked Blow. Game over. What I really do have to say about that game is I think I did okay. And I came back from a very rough situation where I shouldn't have. Or not shouldn't have, that I was less likely to. But while I will not say, like, last game where, like, the Hurricane Confusion really didn't do that much, it would have just delayed the inevitable. This one, that opening turn para really did just feel game-losing, because it essentially just took, like, the early turns is where you establish the most momentum in Pokemon, and it basically just threw away my opening 3 turns and bricked one of my Pokemon. So, and it was just the fact that it had to happen on, like, the Autotomi set. But I could talk about, like, if thing A happened, thing B wouldn't have happened, and, like, better game would have been me not bringing Mega Altaria and probably bringing Mega Manectric to just put pressure on the Corviknight. Because now realizing it, Mega Manectric did just kind of go really crazy here, and I didn't make that call just because I was scared of Scarflando Eye, even though I really shouldn't have been. So that's where it comes up. I think if I would have brought Mega Manectric here over Mega Altaria, I don't think it would have been a win, but I would have been able to threaten it so much more effectively. And with the pieces that I had put together, I think Mega Manectric was a better call here. I was just trying to do something different, bring some setup. But that shows me, honestly. In the future, I think I'm getting better at understanding what my opponent's going to bring and why. Because I was 100% correct on this roster. Except I thought he was going to bring, like, Suicune here over P2, because P2 into my team is just, it did its thing, though. It did its thing. I just don't understand the play. But yeah, it was a rough game overall on my end. I wish it could have went better. But anyways, GG's Miklas. Week 5, so that puts me 2-2 with a... Last game was a 3-0, so I think that puts me at a 2-2 -3. And then I have to play week 3. And I'm like 90% sure if I lose to my week 3 opponent, I don't make playoffs. But that means I get to bring bullshit sets and fuck with people and have fun. Once my spot in playoffs is secured, I will be bringing bullshit. I will be bringing malarkey. So be prepared for that. So week 3 video will probably be... it'll probably go week 6 and then week 3, just because of the way schedules have lined up between me and the week 3 replacement. But yeah, I get to fight Roaring Moon. Yay! Roaring Moon again! I thought I avoided the other Roaring Moon when CEO dropped out. Very incorrect. Still have to deal with it. So I've just been ignoring it, because if I don't have to deal with it, then it's not a problem. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. This is what I get. So yeah, GG's Miklas, good game. Arcanine is stupid. Ban that fucking Pokemon. It was so dumb. Because what checks that, honestly? Anyways, 2-2, I'll take it. That's better than some of my previous records, and I think I'm improving week to week. I just made a bad call on prep here. I need to get better at prepping, because I can play as well as I want, but if I don't prep for the right threats, I will continue to lose and lose again. That's how I kind of won my first 2 weeks, is my opponents didn't bring the right Pokemon into me, or didn't bring the right set. I don't think my set choice here was a bad idea, just the Pokemon that I brought in themselves. Or, like, my only move that I'm kind of disagreeing with now is maybe this for U-turn. But yeah, I was also told that, like, Florges, like, I also need to, like, think more about the people I prep with, because people have different play styles from me, and I think Pigeons is the one who understands my play style the best. My prep style, too, is to prep for what I think is coming, and then have answers for stuff in the back. I was told to worry about Hayes Florges, which I don't understand, because why would Florges ever come into this team? I think this is the team that says, you're gonna die. Because, like, yeah, Florges is bulky. Heavy Slam Celesteela. I was originally going to run Block, Heavy Slam, Leech Seed, Flamethrower, Celesteela, just to beat, like, Florges, and I realized that was a stupid idea and wasting a Pokemon's potential. And I've been talking about Weakness Policy Celesteela for, like, weeks, so I figured I'd bring it this game, and it was just immediately punished. But that's not going to stop me from bringing it again. Watch out, whoever looks like they have a particularly abusable team into Weakness Policy Celesteela, I'm going to get you. Anyways, Toronto Rantrums, signing off. I'm probably going to go change my clothes now. It's been a week, and Jesus Christ, I reek.